Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar, How to Apply to Teach in the USA with EPI. My name is Jessica, and I work as a content coordinator for EPI. I am from the mountains of North Carolina, and before working for EPI, I taught English at the community college level. Today I will be talking with you about EPI's application process and answering any questions that you might have about it. You can use the comment box to ask us questions, and throughout the presentation we will be answering your questions in the comment box. Please keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about your specific application for privacy reasons. All of those should be emailed to us at team@teachwithepi.com, where one of our trained admissions specialists will be able to assist you. Today I will be talking about how to apply to teach in the U.S. with Educational Partners International. During this webinar, we will be going over how to start your application and what documents you will need for it. We will also explain the purpose of your application and give some tips that will make the process go as quickly as possible. So if you are joining us for the first time, we are Educational Partners International, or EPI for short, and we are a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers to teach in K-12 schools in the United States. We are so dedicated to facilitating cultural exchange in the United States because EPI believes sharing knowledge across cultures and venues improves understanding among teachers, students, administrators, and the members of the communities in which we live. This is our core mission here at EPI, to help exchange knowledge and information between cultures so that we can understand each other better and work together as a global community. Educational Partners International is an exchange visitor program authorized to sponsor teachers for K-12 placement in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. We place teachers in all subjects taught in K-12 schools in the United States, so that means not only foreign languages and English as a second language, but also math, science, art, special education, elementary education, and many more. And while we work with schools across the southern United States, our home office is in North Carolina, which is about where the marker is on the map on your screen. We would love to know where all of you are from too, so please take the time to tell us in the comments. So now that you have some background on who we are and what we do, it is important to understand EPI's mission. Our process for bringing teachers like you to the U.S. looks like this. First, you complete an application so that we know that you are eligible for our program and will be a strong candidate for cultural exchange. The application process includes filling out a thorough online form, uploading official documents, and 2 interviews with EPI team members. After you've completed the application process, you are moved to the approve stage, where you interview at one of our partnered schools. Once you complete a successful school interview, you are placed in the school and become an official EPI teacher. So let's take a closer look at that first step, the application process. EPI's application is thorough and it serves many purposes. Filling out the application creates a professional profile for schools to look at when they are considering teachers for interviews. It also helps you collect the documents that you will need to get a visa, travel to the United States, and to get a teaching license. Finally, we use the information that you provide on the application to decide whether or not you meet our eligibility requirements. So some of the requirements for being an EPI teacher are that you are currently teaching, you have 2 years full-time teaching experience, and that you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree. So you have read about EPI and our requirements, and you have decided that you want to apply to teach in the USA. How do you get started? Well, the first step is to go to our website, teachwithepi.com. Once you are there, you will scroll down until you see the orange button that says Apply to Teach in the USA. Then you will answer some questions about your eligibility and you'll be able to make an account with your email address and start your application. Once you start the application, it is important that you prioritize completing your personal and professional profile as soon as possible so that you can quickly move to the next stage in the process. So one of the most common questions our candidates ask is how long does the process take? So our application includes processing all of your documents and 2 interviews with EPI team members. So how long it takes really depends on how quickly you can collect and upload all of the appropriate documents. So here is a list of the documents that you will need to upload to your application before you are eligible for school interviews. EPI's application requires this documentation to be sure that you are able to travel and teach in the United States. So we ask for copies of all pages of your passport, diploma, transcripts, criminal background checks, proof of employment, and a credential evaluation from an NACES approved company. If you have a valid driver's license and wish to drive in the United States, we will also need a copy of your driver's license, but driving is not a requirement for our program. When you're first starting your application, you should prioritize uploading the passport pages, diplomas, and transcripts because these are the documents we will need to see before we can invite you for interviews with EPI team members. Please keep in mind that the only place you should ever upload these documents to is the official EPI website, teachwithepi.com. To protect your privacy, you should never upload any of your documents to Facebook. We will not accept any documentation through our Facebook page or messages. So today we have some tips on what you can do to make sure the application process goes as quickly and smoothly as possible. The first step is to read all of our requirements before you apply. You can find our requirements at teachwithepi.com/teacher requirements. When completing the application, you will need to be sure that you read and follow all directions carefully. You will also want to proofread all of your answers as any typos or mistakes made with spelling and dates can make it take longer. You will also need to create your account with a valid email address and check your email regularly. We will only be able to discuss your application through email, so it is important that you are looking for emails from EPI about your status. So we will be inviting you to ask questions in just a moment, but before we do that, we would like to show you a brief video of one of our teachers from Jamaica sharing her experience in the United States with EPI. So here is her story.
When you go to Jamaica, you will hear us greeting each other. Wagwan! It's what's going on? I am Suzette. I am from Montego Bay, Jamaica, and I teach third grade in North Carolina. As a teacher, I think we should prepare kids for the global world, 21st century. So what better way to do it than to experience it myself? Teaching here has exposed me to a plethora of knowledge and skills that I did not have before, even though I was teaching for such a long time. For example, the way we teach math here is that we are introducing many different strategies, and then the kids would choose what they would like to use. Back home, it's not as wide when you think about strategies and skills, so I have strategies to teach that I am eager to share when I go back home.
When you come to Jamaica,
My culture is alive in my classroom every day through visual aids that I have brought with me from Jamaica. I teach them a bit about our native tongue, which is the patois. They enjoy that. They enjoy learning those words. They enjoy listening to me. Tomorrow, well, we are hoping to immerse our audience into our Jamaican culture. So we will have jerk chicken, curry chicken, pudding. We'll be dancing, showing them some of our reggae moves. I hope you'll dance with us tomorrow. I must thank EPI. I know that I can send an email and I will get an answer in no time. So that is like a comfort for me to know that they are at our fingertips, so to speak. And of course, I have recommended people to EPI and I will continue to do so. Any teacher who wishes to come here, it's very important that they come with an open mind. Ask questions, ask for help, and build your community. I think that's very important.
To hear more from our teachers, you can visit our Facebook page. We have posted several videos of our teachers talking about their cultural exchange experiences. We also post teacher stories on our website, teachwithepi.com. Okay, so now it is time for your questions. If you have not yet submitted your questions, please ask them now. We are answering all of your questions in the comment section today. So here are some of the questions that people normally ask us about EPI. So the first one is, how long is the EPI program? And so EPI is a 3-year program. People also wonder if there is an application fee. So no, EPI does not charge an application or a placement fee. There are other costs that are associated with the application, such as those documents that we discussed earlier. The diplomas, the transcripts may cost you money to get, but EPI will never charge you an application or a placement fee. People also ask us if there is an age limit. So no, we accept people of all ages as long as you meet our basic requirements. So the requirements for being an EPI teacher are that you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, you are currently teaching with 2 years experience, and you have advanced English skills. So now that you know more about how to apply, let's talk about the next steps. First, if you haven't yet, go to teachwithepi.com and start your application. If you have applied but have questions about how to continue, email us at team@teachwithepi.com with your questions. Finally, go to teachwithepi.com/webinars to sign up for our future webinars and to watch our previous videos. To finish off our presentation today, I would like to leave you with this quote as a reminder of why cultural exchange is so important and why we are eager to bring teachers like you to the United States. J. William Fulbright was a U.S. Senator and the founder of the Fulbright program. He said, "The essence of intercultural education is the acquisition of empathy the ability to see the world as others see it, and to allow for the possibility that others may see something that we have failed to see or may see it more accurately. We are dedicated in helping teachers like you come to the U.S. so that we may learn from each other's unique perspectives, just like Fulbright talks about here. Okay, that's all for today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any further questions, email us at team@teachwithepi.com. Also, be sure to sign up for our webinar mailing list at teachwithepi.com/webinars. On behalf of everyone at EPI, thank you for joining us and have a great day, everyone.